Hello and welcome back to the Collective Minds podcast. Tonight you got me, Astral, and the Ledger. Just want to start off by saying make sure to like up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Go to Rumble, check us out there as well. They say though to not ask for subscribers without giving a good reason to subscribe. And I believe that reason is all of the interesting things that we talk about. Could be the news, could be cryptids, could be mysteries, conspiracies, true crime, all that good stuff. But I think the ultimate one, other than the comedy that you can also get here at the Collective Minds podcast, is you get to hear our voices. So hit that like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think. So Ledger, tonight is going to be just like a run through of some news, some good stuff that's been going on. I don't know if you watched any of the short videos, but we'll just go through some of the stuff again. Did you see anything about Biden's State of the Union address?
Which one?
His State of the Union address. It's where the president shows up in front of like everyone and tells them how good the union is. Pretty much like the state of the country address, which I have my own state of the country address, which pretty much everything's screwed up.
So he just like tries to tell everybody what's going on right now.
Yeah, and he told everyone that it was good and that he's the best ever and that he's done so much, which is all incorrect, factually wrong, and disgustingly poor in every sense of the fashion. So also with that, he also tried to say that the Republicans were coming after the elderly Social Security, and he got booed into a whole other dimension with that, right? But I saw a video of Kamala Harris during that, and they zoomed in on her, and it looks like it's a person wearing a Kamala Harris mask. Very interesting, considering we've seen that. Did you see that video?
Yeah. Why did Biden look like Beavis from Beavis and Butthead?
Beavis from Beavis, but I don't know. I don't know. We all know what happens. We all know what's going on. We all know it's all fake. I mean, it's all fake. It's all a stage. Most of this stuff is put on a stage. Now, he attacked the Republicans. The Republicans like booed him and stuff. And the comment that I made about this is that it didn't matter who was booing or arguing or pointing fingers, whatever. It doesn't matter. It seemed every single person in that room had some sort of shit ass eating grin on their face. And that's what pissed me off. Because it doesn't matter what it is. 99% of these people are only there for the votes to get to live off of our tax dollars, is really what it seems like. And even the ones fighting the other ones and stuff, it's just for votes. That's what it feels like. And so everyone in that room, like no one seemed genuinely mad or aggressive in any sort of fashion. I mean, you'd think you would if someone was saying something against you they absolutely disagreed with, but I didn't see it. I just like to point that out on stuff to people, that they're all part of the same group and they're not on our side, no matter which side of the aisle they are on. So I want to point that out. But yeah, Kamala Harris wearing a mask or something. I guess during that time too, Biden's wife kissed Kamala's husband on the lips. They like kissed, and I guess they held it for a second. It was awkward and weird and like blew up Twitter and the news and everything. That's pretty weird. Yeah, who knows? This whole weird family stuff that they got going with the Bidens, and you know about Kamala and what she's done to get to where she is. But the whole group of people, they're all related in some sort of way anyway to like Vlad the Impaler and the Queen and stuff. Who knows? They like to all keep it in the family, even though we think they're not. But a lot of these celebrities are related to each other as well. All right. In other news, Ledger, the Grammys, dude. What do you think about that? That was pretty gnarly.
That was kind of some of it.
I mean, it was a big satanic, weird ritual and just propaganda machine. And it was funny because right in the middle of it, it's like brought to you by Pfizer. I mean, if people can't see that, that's their own fault. But I'm starting to come to the conclusion from many factors that people are not only brainwashed, they're just really dumb. A lot of them, just really dumb. I don't know if that's from like excessive brainwashing, like MK Ultra mind control stuff. You know what I mean? You give them too much acid, they end up in a certain way. But that's what it seems to be going on here when I look at stuff. So yeah, I made a short video about it. I just had to going over it. It seemed like no one even watched it. No one even knew it was happening. No one cared. They haven't cared for years. So it seems they know that. So it's more like a thing between them of who can project and do the biggest ritual. And they knew it would cause, so they know when they do this stuff that the next day it causes controversy and it gets talked about, which it could also be part of this whole thing. So I mean, that's why you talk about it once and then you shut it down. But it was gross. The whole thing was gross. All of it. Them, everyone being transhumanists, you know, and Madonna coming out looking like a crazy demon dead lady. It's like 1,000 years old, and it was weird. one big weird show rubbing it in your face. So I mean, they're all doing it. Everyone from the White House to the elites to celebrities, they're all doing the same thing. And they're all related in some weird way. Now I got a question for you, Ledger. Did you see that giant pink circular cloud that was in the sky that was going around? It just like blew up and went around all over the place.
Oh, you're talking about when China was trying to play Clash Royale with us. Yeah, I know what you're talking
You
about.
know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about? The one that everyone was saying looked like a vagina.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so all of these people kept making that joke. And I kept seeing it in different places and people are just making the same joke. And I'm like, they're idiots. They don't understand that if this thing is real, it means something. And it's not a meme. It doesn't mean it's a meme. It means like serious consequential stuff. Well, it is real, very real. And it happened in Turkey. No one's focusing on the real problem. Well, so Turkey is part of NATO and didn't want to allow Sweden to join NATO. So NATO said pretty much we're going to do something big against you if you don't stop fighting against Sweden joining us. All of a sudden that cloud appeared and right after that they just had a huge devastating earthquake. Tell me the two are not linked. So we naturally want to say like the HARP system and everything, right? You know, the weather
Skinwalker,
manipulation. What?
Skinwalker man. That's my only answer.
But you know the HARP system, right?
Well, the Skinwalkers are getting smart.
Yeah.
They're using Clash Royale tactics.
Right. I wonder. I mean, they do put that stuff in games too. There could be some sort of correlation there. But yeah,
Hey,
it's
there's
they
some Visor
sent them they sent them something like that in the sky and then it created a huge earthquake that like devastated a lot of Turkey.
Austin.
Hmm.
There's like about 300 pounds of Vax bombs inside of that balloon, about a drop of bombs.
Is that what you think?
Yes.
Yeah, it was weird formation. It wasn't it was a weapon is what it was. They made that to attack Turkey. I mean, the biggest fear on the planet for most people has always been Mother Nature. Well, the US has been controlling, just like other countries, what they would call Mother Nature since the 60s. They've been able to impact it. Very interesting. So I watched this video last night, going back to stupid people. I watched this video of it was like something about the shadow people are back, and this guy's like, it's the camera's like rolling to his hallway to his bedroom, and you see this obvious dog head look around the corner. It's looking at him, and then he like stands up and the dog runs like it's a game. But before you even see the dog, you can hear it, you know, the its nails on the ground. And then right after the dog moves its head away, you see like this obvious edit of this just blackened out head on the top of like the doorway. And then it moves back real quick and he like walks in there real fast and looks around the room. He's like, yeah, see, there's nothing here. The shadow people are back. You can, and the dog is in the corner of his room next to like a blanket or something or a dog bed that's also black. And it raises its head up and you can see its eyes. Right. And I'm like, it's his dog in an obvious edit. Like this video is stupid. The comments were filled with thousands of people like going off, like fighting. This is real. Or even if it's not real, this happens. Like we can't tell if it's real. And I'm like, this is the most obvious faked thing like I've ever seen. And these people are just eating it up. And in my head, I'm just going, are people this stupid? You can see the dog look up in the video. You can see the actual dog in the corner of the room. It kind of blends in, but it's like, it's right there. And I'm just like, if it's that easy to convince thousands of people this, how easy is it to make a deep fakes of like Kamala or Biden or anything? And people will actually believe it. If they could believe this video, they could believe anything. And it blew my mind. So let me tell you something else that was happening in the news.
Are
Two
you gonna try to make
Republicans.
that deep fake Kamala Joe Biden porn?
It's not even deep fake anymore. It's literally they're wearing masks on TV and people are like, yes, this is the greatest. I mean, there's people that swear up and down. There's professionals. There's elitists that sit here that are, I mean, they're paid to, but they actually sit here and say the Biden presidency is one of the best we have ever seen. And the accomplishments he has had are some of the best we will ever see. The incredibility of the stupidity of the people of not only this country, but the world is getting so bad. The cognizance. And do you think it's always been this way? Or do you think there was a little something that people took a few times that started to make them be this way? What are your thoughts on
Definitely a
that?
little something, something, if you know what I'm saying. Probably more than just that something, something, honestly. Probably a little more, some other stuff too. Yeah, indoctrination. Could be with our air, maybe.
Like the chemtrails and stuff. You think the stuff in the water, the clothes, the air, all that stuff.
Oh, so the spy balloon. Let's talk about that a little more. So they say it's China sending over like a balloon. What are we like 100% sure it's China, or is it our own people?
Actually, new reports today are saying that it's most likely the United States itself, and that they've
Yeah, that
been
could make
doing
sense.
tons of them. The in Nevada, they're actually planning on sending out like 20 of them here in the next couple days to quote track drug trafficking.
How does like a air balloon that you like ride in gonna, how does that track air traffic or drug trafficking?
I can't tell you anything, but I can correlate two things. I've been seeing that people are like,
Thought
"Oh,
of that maybe?
they're tracking the people." I can correlate something though that kept popping up in the first reports of this balloon that's allegedly from China. Is what if there was something in it, like a disease? Now the US is
Yeah,
sending out like 20 of them.
they're doing like a Black Ops 2
So
type.
what if that yeah, what if it could be something like that? Because I just
Maybe they've been trying to do it with the chemtrails for a while, and then they need more of whatever it is, and so they're trying like other stuff.
it's just crazy because a lot of the people you're learning about the technology they've had forever, they don't need these balloons to track you. They don't. And I mean, so many people
They're
are going to
just like
agree with that.
trying they're
But
trying to get you to like believe there's something up there.
look at the sky, look at the sky. That was one
Yeah.
conclusion I came with the whole China balloon. Like, where did that come from? Like the whole idea of it was typically they don't want you looking in the sky. They're like, look at the ground, look at the ground, look at this drama. I mean, Ghislaine Maxwell has her trial, and then like Rittenhouse's has been his. You know what I mean? Look at Rittenhouse. You can see it on TV. Don't look at Ghislaine's because it's just pictures. They won't allow cameras there. So right now it seems they're like, look at the sky, look at the sky. The news, it's all about the sky. Look at the sky. What's going on the ground or under the ground? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whose balloon it was or anything. I don't know why. I could see why it would be a big deal. And then they talk about satellites and all these different things. And it's like you don't understand the technology that they've had, right? I mean, if you can manipulate the weather, I'm pretty sure you can, everyone knows what's going on everywhere. And
Yeah.
a balloon's not going to change that.
Right.
There's another thing. This is might be the biggest thing actually that I bring here tonight is that Republicans over the past couple weeks or week, two of them have been murdered. Okay.
Two
So
Republicans.
let me read this to you. So, elected officials on both sides of the aisle in New Jersey are expressing condolences over the killing of a second local council member just a week after another council member was murdered. Milford Councilman Russell Heller was shot and killed allegedly by a coworker Wednesday morning outside the PSE&G Somerset Division headquarters. His killing comes after Saraville Councilwoman Eunice Duamfor was fatally shot in her vehicle near her home on February 1st. So yeah, it's been like a week and a couple days. Two of these Republicans were shot and killed, right? And they try to say it's not political or it could be.
Yeah.
However, that's not the thing of it. I personally believe it's like false flags. Like it's, oh, this is just a thing happening. I believe it's planned and it is being executed. So there's a new one that came out today as well, and it's about a Democrat named Angie Craig. And she just reported that she was punched in the face and grabbed by the throat and attacked by someone that seemed to be on drugs. And they say, but we're not sure if it was politically motivated. So in a week and a couple days, yeah, it was like the guy went into the elevator with her and started doing push-ups and she thought he was on drugs and punched her in the jaw and then like grabbed her by the throat. It's pretty interesting. But here's the idea of this is that if this becomes a thing, which it looks like it's starting to become a thing, this could lead to civil war very quickly.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't matter who, I mean, China, of course, but if someone wanted to come in and take over this country and just announce it, like, we've now moved in, do not resist, or you will be taken out and removed from existence, but you have no way to fight back, so don't. It would be China, and the best way to do that would be if this country was in a civil war. And it looks like that's what they've been trying to do for the past few years. The Democrats going, go ahead and riot BLM in your cities and burn everything down and whatever, go you, while allowing drugs. No one's getting in trouble, no one's being prosecuted for any sort of crimes, and it's hitting the news. We got the rhinos on the red side just being utterly attacked. I mean, Biden was just up there at a State of the Union address while Kamala Harris was someone wearing a Kamala mask saying that the Republicans want to take
I
your
thought it
social
was a
security.
donkey. And wait, what do you mean rhinos?
Rhinos is in Republicans that aren't real Republicans, that don't stand foothold on Republicans.
Oh,
They're pretty much just there to say the Republican to move votes around is what it is. So they won't vote with the real Republicans. They'll be in the middle, and then that's how Republicans lose.
so we don't like those.
No, not at all. That's why they call them rhinos. They're like a mixed breed in between. They're not like Mitt Romney's a rhino. He says he's Republican, but he's absolutely not. He's literally votes with the Democrats all the time. He's on their
So
side.
it's like your friend, like
It's
that one guy that was on here.
yeah,
Yeah, like he says he's a Republican, but he's really like not.
yeah, actually, exactly. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, exactly.
Call him that. Next time you guys get into an argument.
Yeah, for real. But that's like the rhinos, and everyone can have their own opinion and stuff. But these people literally play the system of, hey, if I'm on, it's like if you join the Democratic Party, but you don't believe in anything that they say, but they have to accept you. You get in a place of power, and you get to vote. But every time they vote for something, you vote against it. So your vote technically would stand as like a Republican vote if they were also against it. You would be like a fake Democrat, and that's what the rhinos are. But I mean, this country is being torn apart. It's the most divisive. It's the poorest it's like ever been. Pretty close. I mean, everything's going to hell in a handbasket, and you got the fake installation, otherwise known as former Vice President Joe Biden, up there telling you everything's peachy, and the only thing you got to worry about is your Social Security because Republicans are coming for it. Yeah, very interesting. So when you look at these two Republicans were killed in the past like week, and then this Democrat is saying they're being attacked, it's trying to get this kind of consensus going, like this new idea, right? Where these crazy people or even just false flags, I mean, people could start faking their deaths. It could get that intense, but it's like, that's my representative. All of a sudden, someone kills my only representative in my district. What is that going to do to people? That's going to make them really mad to an extent that they're like, we have no voice anymore. You take away people's voices, especially in America. That's what the Second Amendment's for. Second Amendment is there to protect your First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech, freedom to assemble,
Yeah.
freedom to redress your government. So they start infringing upon your ability to have a voice when it comes to these policies being made and everything that's going wrong around in your life. That's when people are going to pick up the Second Amendment. And we're getting really close to that. And I think that's probably the biggest thing right now that should be in the news that's not, is that we are getting very close to seeing the second Civil War in the United States in the year 2023. And it's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.